Humble Sports is live every single day. That's the promise I make to you across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Make sure you guys join us every single day as we are live every day answering your sports betting questions, fantasy questions, DFS questions. Apologies for the change. If there's an echo, if there's something different, the background isn't the same as usual. Doesn't matter. We're still giving you plenty of sports conversation and opinion and information to help you guys cash in on every single day of the sports betting season and fantasy sports betting season. Obviously, we have some news. I got to bring this up first before we even get into the show, the heavy part of the show. Did you guys hear that the underdog, player prop, all of those things, that's going to go away? The underdog player props, the ability to play player prop DFS, that's going to go away in a number of different states. I am shocked by that. I thought this country was moving more towards sports betting, more towards deregulation, not deregulation, it's going to be regulated, but kind of the leniency of this. By the way, if you love the shirt, I just see you like it. It's actually on our website. It's a shirt that we created, buttfumblesports.com. You can check it out. Not to give a plug about a shirt too quick, but I'm just crazy. Milton, what's up? Hector wants me to shout out Milton. Milton, what's good, man? Hope you're having a great day, Milton. But I'm just shocked that we're kind of in that direction. So I'm a little disappointed as someone who spends some time in New York City. I wish that I'd be able to do all those things all the time. I think that sports betting is something, if done responsibly, is fun. But otherwise, yeah, banned in Illinois. Really surprised. It's just one of those things that I thought this country was moving closer towards acceptance. And I think that's the right way to be, honestly. I'm just surprised, disappointed overall. Appreciate you guys saying you like the shirt. If you guys want to get a shirt like this and others of a similar style, go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. You can check out shirts just like this, featuring the Nolan Express and other great players of baseball and NFL. So make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. Again, welcome into the show, everybody. We are live every single day answering your sports betting questions, fantasy football questions, just ranting about sports and everything else in the sports world. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button if you're watching on no matter the platform. Make sure you hit the like button. We're so grateful for the support you show us. And if you ever want to reach out to us, give us some feedback about the show. If you want to check out our shirts, you ever just want to let us know what you think of the content and everything else, hit us up on our website, buttfumblesports.com. We're going to get into your fantasy football questions. I'm going to go back and forth between all of our platforms. You guys ready to go on this Wednesday? Let's get into it really quick. Is Mark Sanchez your mascot? Nope, Mark Sanchez isn't, but that little butt fumble shield definitely is. Dotson or Judy? Carlos, it's a great question. I probably lean slightly towards Dotson just because the Bears are so terrible against the pass. Judy is facing that Bears defense. Definitely appreciate the question. Welcome into the show. Dev, Laporta or Ingram? I'm going to lean towards Laporta this week, Dev. Thanks for being with us. Toby, pick 2 to start. I lean towards Love, and I probably lean towards... I go Love and Stroud. It's close, Toby, but I go Love and Stroud. Thanks for being with us. DiMaggio, trade Mostert for Ramondre. I don't know if I'd actually do that. It's close right now. I actually think there's a little bit of upside on Mostert overall. I think Ramondre and that overall Patriots offense, not liking it too much. Stobo, Mostert or Zay Flowers? I have Waddle. I don't know if they will affect anything. I like Zay Flowers this week a lot, so I'd probably lean towards Zay Flowers. I also like Mostert, so frankly, I'd try to start both of them. If I could, Stobo, I want all 3 of those players in my starting lineup. Would you trade Tank Dell for Cortland Sutton? Nope, I think I'd hold on to him. Rob, thanks so much for subscribing, Rob. Great to have you as another subscriber. I know Rob has a different name, but Rob, it's great to have you with us. Ploenxy? I always get it wrong. Jay, trade Debo and Pierce for Sanders and London. I would rather have Debo and Pierce. Jay. Raj, start 2 this week. Kyron, Robinson, Jones, or Mixon. Raj, the 2 I would start this week are Brian Robinson, and I'd probably start Aaron Jones, just barely over Mixon, but it'd be Robinson and Aaron Jones. Thanks so much for the question, Raj. Chris B, give Chase, Mixon for Watson and Bijan. Yeah, I like that. I like that trade. Getting Bijan and Watson. I like the trade overall, Crispy. I think that's an upgrade. I think that's good. I think you're getting more points out of it. Trade or keep Debo. Oh, Javi, you gotta keep Debo Samuel. I definitely keep him. Chris Films, Brock Purdy or Jordan Love. Oh, you gotta go Jordan Love this week. Chris, you go Jordan Love. Farouz Tehran just traded White for Adam Thielen. My running backs are B-Rob, James Cook, Hall, and Kyron. I think this week, Brian Robinson and Breece Hall would be good plays for you. Pick one, Pacheco, Breece Hall, Raheem Mostert, Kirk, or Judy. This week, you have a lot of options. Really like Breece Hall, really like Mostert. Probably lean towards Mostert just barely, but it's very close. E-Man, I'd go with Jordan Goff just barely. Jordan Goff, no. I might lean towards Dobbs. It's close, Iman. It's close. Bear Wiggy, I'd go Sam Howell. Bear Wiggy, I'd go Sam Howell. Late night shenanigans. Thoughts on Burrow this week? I like Burrow this week, but Higgins is going to be out. So long-term value of Higgins, you're going to have to wait it out for a couple of weeks. So I don't think his value is nearly what we expected it to be preseason. I'd be a bit concerned about that. But you might want to stash him on the bench. I don't know if there are options on the waiver wire that'll equal his production when he comes back. Pacheco, Kirk, Dell, or Judy for the flex. I'd probably lean slightly towards Pacheco. Start Pacheco or Moss. This week I'd start Pacheco. Puka or DJ Moore. This week I'm going to lean slightly towards... I'm going to lean slightly towards... It's close. Man. Puka or DJ Moore. I put this out there. I'm going to put it out as a poll question, everybody. I'm going to put it out as a poll question if we can. Can I do that? Do we still have the polls? Oh. Where'd my polls go? Where are my polls at? Where's my polls at? Oh, I don't know where they are now. If our moderators could set that up, that'd be cool. Anyway, I probably lean towards Puka, believe it or not. Puka's got a good matchup. I think DJ Moore is probably a good play as well. Yeah, thanks. Puka or DJ Moore, I'm curious to know where you guys come out on it. Trade Watson and Dell for Dak and White. I'd probably rather have Watson and Dell. Pedro, I'd rather have Watson and Dell. It's Wookiees. Kyron against the Eagles defense. I'd rather have Pierce in the lineup this week. I'd rather go with Damian Pierce. Gabe Davis, Jordan Addison, or Zach Moss. I'm going to go with Gabe Davis number 1, Jordan Addison number 2. People are saying Puka. That's probably where I'm leaning as well. Bills defense or Commanders defense. I'd go with the Bills. I think I'd go with the Bills defense, believe it or not. My team is Mahomes, Jefferson, Brown, Gibbs. Oh, I'm just goated. That's brutal. Sam, should I trade Garrett Wilson for Brian Robinson? Yes, I would. Mikey, Justin Fields or Jordan Love? Mikey, I'd go with Jordan Love. This week over Justin Fields. Vince Wade, I'd go Sam Howell over Trevor Lawrence. I'd go Sam Howell. Alex, do I start Mostert or Achane? I'd start Mostert. In the leagues in which I have both, I'm going with Mostert. I still think he's the number 1. I think he's going to get overall more opportunities on the field, number of snaps. So even though Achane's got a ton of speed and will be used a lot, I still prefer Mostert as my starter. Julius 16, Henry for Connors and Hollywood Brown. I don't know if I like it, Julius. I think I still rather have Derrick Henry overall. Mostert and Zay Flowers, really tough between the two. I think I'll lean slightly towards Mostert. Again, just getting more touches, but it's very, very close. Tyler Ola, Burrow, Arizona, Lamar against Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with Lamar against Pittsburgh. Jets info, Dynasty Superflex. Should I trade Zay Flowers, 2025 first, and Higbee for Chase? No. Jets info, I wouldn't do that. You're giving up too much. G6 Christian, I'd go with Jordan Addison. Addison over Madison. G6 Christian, I'd go Addison over Madison. Thanks so much for being with us today. Loris, start Pollard or James Cook? Great question. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Pollard. If the Cowboys are going to be successful, Pollard's going to have to carry a lot of the weight. I think that's where they're going to turn for a majority of their offensive success outside of dink and dunk passes with Dak. Start Achan or Wilson. On that, I'd start Achan. Dean, I'd go with Achan over Wilson. Nicholas Abraham, Fields or Burrow. Nicholas, I'd go with Joe Burrow. On this one, Nicholas, I would go with Joe Burrow. Luke, MCD, James Cook and Flowers for Taylor, full PPR. I'd rather have Cook and Flowers. I'd rather have James Cook and Zay Flowers. Thanks so much, guys, for being with us. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button, whether you're watching on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. Make sure you hit that follow button. We're live every single day. Should I drop Addison for Reed? No, I still like Addison a little bit more. James Cook or Mostert? I definitely go with Mostert. Mostert over James Cook. Dolphins defense or 49ers defense? I'd go with the Dolphins defense. I just saw what they were. I mean, keep the status of Saquon Barkley in mind, but I might prefer the Dolphins defense overall. Owen, do you do team analyzers, finding trades for my team if I send you my roster? I prefer if you put together the trade and I'll give you a yes or no on it, so you can give me a number of different scenarios. Trade away Cousins and Brian Robinson for Kenneth Walker III. I like Brian Robinson too much. I wouldn't do that, Mark Gonzalez. Debo and T. Higgins for Tyler Lockett and DJ Moore. I'd rather have Debo and Higgins. Somehow, I feel like that's still going to end up being more value. Let's get back to TikTok answering your questions. Thoughts about Chase rest of season? I'd be in panic mode too, but I got to believe in him. If I've had him this long, I'm going to ride with him until literally the brakes fall off, the wheels fall off the car, because he was probably a first, second round, third round pick for you, first 2 round picks. So I'd ride with him as long as I possibly could, and I do think that Joe will be better this week. Cody, Dolphins defense, they just got smacked. I totally understand that. Much different opponent. They were arguably playing one of the best teams in the NFL. By the way, everyone's on Puka with me. I like it. Josh Jacobs and Waddle for Cooper Kupp. No way. That's giving up way too much. Larkin, Pitts or Ertz. This week I'd go with Pitts. I hate saying it, but Trevor Lawrence or Dobbs. Logan, that's a tough one for me. We just saw how good that defense was. I might lean towards Dobbs. It sounds counterintuitive, but I might. George Play 01, should I trade Kenneth Walker for Jonathan Taylor? I think you're trading a known asset for an unknown asset. I wouldn't be too quick on it. Brent, Jets, Texans, and Commanders defense. Great to see you live again. Great to be live again. I would lean slightly towards the Jets defense. I think they're going to cause some havoc. Love the question you just put up in the chat. You guys can vote on that poll now. What to do with Debo? Hold on to him. Don't give him up. James Conner and Devontae Smith for Hall and Garrett Wilson. I don't want that many Jets offensive players. I actually like Conner and Devontae. I think they're pretty consistent. I wouldn't do the deal. Would you trade Pickens for Javonte Williams? Well, Javonte's hurt right now, so absolutely not. I'd rather have the asset that's healthy. Anthony Richardson, J Money, Jacobs and Addison for Saquon. No, I wouldn't do that deal, J Money. I'd keep Jacobs and Addison. Puka or Ridley, Blood, WYD, I'd go with Puka. Just barely. I just think his volume of targets, even with Cooper Kupp back, still going to be pretty good. And Ridley, I like him. I think he could get a touchdown, but I actually think Puka could get you more fantasy points overall. James Cook for Jonathan Taylor. Chase Hunter, I would do that trade. Chase Hunter, I would rather have JT, and I'd give up James Cook in a heartbeat. 49ers defense this week against the Cowboys. I'm a little bit worried about it. I think you'll get some sacks. I think you'll get a pick. But overall, I wouldn't do it. I think there are probably better defenses to take. Unless you don't want to get a second defense and you're just riding with the 49ers, in which case you're still okay. Cooper, I'd go with Pollard. JB, I'd go with Brian Robinson. I'd go Brian Robinson. Swift or Brian Robinson? Great question. I'd go Brian Robinson. AntCan111, I'd go Brian Robinson. Carter22 answered your question just a moment ago. Big Bobby Mack, trade away to get Achan, Scary Terry, and Pittman. I still have Kupp. Cooper, Judy at the running back, Pacheco and Hall. I don't really know what the question is, but I'm sure. Tyler Ola, I'd go with Gibbs this week. Tyler Ola, I'd go with Gibbs. Matthew Funes, I'm thinking about trading away JT or Breece Hall. Very interesting. I think JT probably has more upside. The offensive line of the Colts is better, and their quarterback is better. So I think it's going to open up opportunities for JT versus Breece Hall over the course of the season. This week, though, I prefer Breece Hall over JT. This week, Breece Hall is the better play. Getting back to TikTok for a little bit for some fantasy questions. If I've answered your question, or if you're watching, just hit the follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're a part of this amazing community. So if you're watching right now, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're with us every single day, because we're live every single day. Every day at 5 p.m. Eastern, we're live. Oscar Cruz, should I drop Madison for Walker? Yes. Yes, Oscar Cruz, yes. Lucas Garcia, should I drop Dalvin Cook and get Latavius Murray? Interesting idea. I think if Dalvin Cook has any week of value, it's this week, so I might ride him out one more week, but it's tough because at this point, he's probably the worst running back in the NFL given the number of touches he's getting. I want to trade Debo for a running back, but who? I mean, a Dameon Pierce, a Mostert, a Stevenson, I think they're all possibilities. Maybe you could reach up and get a Saquon. It's close. User 8719. Start 3 running backs. Of the 3 running backs I would start, I'd go with Kamara 1. I'd go with James Conner 2. And I'd go with Jacobs 3. I wouldn't start Kyron Williams. The 2 wide receivers I would start are Cooper Kupp and Hollywood Brown. Kupp and Hollywood Brown. Thanks so much for the question. Should I trade Jamar Chase? I like him this week. I like him over the next few weeks, so no, I wouldn't. Duke of Earl, I don't really want to answer your question, but I'm going to right now because you're a loyal viewer. Make sure you hit that follow button, Duke of Earl. I'm trying to stick to fantasy football questions for the moment, but we will answer a player prop bet question. Here you can just see Peralta over on outs. Great play. Great play overall. A lot of green up on the screen, so there you go, Duke of Earl. There you go on that play. Okay, we're going to get back to fantasy football. Start Russell or Burrow. Lucas, I'd start Burrow. Lucas, I'd start Burrow. Carter, 22. I'd lean slightly towards Hunter Henry. Carter, 22. I'd lean towards Hunter Henry. Pip, 1510. Pip, 1510. I'd go with Pierce. Pip, 1510. I'd go Pierce. Jessica Gray. I'm okay with that trade, but honestly, I think Madison and Devontae Smith are about equal. I mean, that's about an equal trade right there. So just throwing in an extra piece, I don't know. I mean, you might be giving up actually a little bit too much, but it's okay. Madison's a throwaway. Purdy or Love. User 2121, I'd go Love. User 2121, I'd go Jordan Love. T. Higgins for DJ Moore or Christian Watson. I'd rather go. I don't know why you'd want DJ Moore. I don't know why you want DJ Moore. Ant Can, I'd go Brian Robinson. Ant Can, I'd go Brian Robinson. Soupy, have to start 2. Soupy, I'd start Zay Flowers. And I'd start, of that group, DJ Moore, funny enough. Flowers and Moore out of that group. Big Bobby Mack, you're killing me with the longer question. So, do I trade Devontae Adams away to get Achin? Just wondering if I should give up wide receiver depth with Cooper Kupp. I'm okay with it. I value the running back position. Yep, Bobby Mack, I gotcha. I like getting the running back. I think you need to upgrade at that position. Caesar, should I trade Thielen for Laporta? Absolutely. Caesar, Ochoa, if you could, I would. Charlie, I'd go with... Ooh. Charlie, I'm going to lean slightly towards Ridley this week. Just barely. Very close, Charlie, but I'll lean towards Ridley. It's super close. Ali, I have Bijan and Pollard. Should I trade one? No. You got 2 good running backs. Why would you give that up? George French. traded Olave, Evans, and Waller for Chase and Ertz. Win or loss? Loss. You lost that trade. Will, start the Lions defense against Carolina. Yes, Will. Yes, and I really like the Lions in that game overall. Would you trade Lockett and Mixon for Jahmyr Gibbs and Thielen? I'm not crazy about Thielen, but I think Jahmyr Gibbs has the best football ahead of him. Also, I traded Saquon and Ertz for Garrett Wilson, Montgomery, and Mark Andrews. If you're getting Wilson, Montgomery, and Andrews, I like it. Drew Hazard, Herbert, Bears startable tomorrow night? I think so. TY, should I trade Adams and Achen for DJ Moore, Jacobs, and Pacheco? I'd rather have Adams and Achen if I'm being honest. Edwin, Lamar and Thielen for Kupp and Tua. I'd rather have Kupp and Tua. Edwin, I'd rather have Cooper, Kupp, and Tua. Mike Becker, with Herbert on bye, have Russell Wilson on the bench, play him or pick up a free agent. I'd pick up a free agent. I think Russell Wilson's going to have a terrible time with that Jets defense. Tim Reams, sit Ridley this week against the Bills, have Flowers, Addison, and Tank Dell on the bench. I might like Ridley more than I like Tank Dell this week. Oh, by the way, I like Zay Flowers the most. I actually thought those were your starters. I'd start Puka, Tyreek, Breece Hall, and Zay Flowers. Isaac, wait until we hear word, but I'd lean towards Jonathan Taylor. Trade Hazard, Trevor Lawrence for Breece Hall and Mixon? Yes. Period. Who should I trade, Aaron Jones or Chris Godwin for? Guys, when you guys ask about trades, you'll hear me say it a lot. It's about the opposing owners in your league. How can you get the best deal? Identify teams that are in trouble. 1-3, 0-4, whatever it may be, and look for players on their roster that you can go acquire. So it's hard for me to answer that question because I don't know who in your league is actually available. A 4-0 team, they're probably not trading anybody. So I could drop a bunch of names, but frankly, that's just me just spitting out names. Doesn't serve you any good and it wastes our time. So the best thing you can do, if you want to know about a specific trade, I'm here to definitely answer that and help you guys out with it. But the best way to get a piece of trade advice is certainly to ask about a specific trade. What do you think of Pollard for Jamar Chase? Because when it comes to who could I get for these two players, that's like saying, hey, I have a jack and I have a 3 of clubs in Texas Hold'em. How do you think I should play the hand? Well, it depends on who else is at the table. Depends how I'm trying to play things. It depends on what other things have been dealt. So it's kind of hard for me to answer those open-ended questions. Preston C, I'm going to lean slightly towards Sam Howell. Preston C, I'm going to lean slightly towards Sam Howell, though I think Stafford could have a good game, actually. Lockett for Gibbs straight up. I would do that. Parker Bledsoe, Montgomery, and Robinson. Parker Bledsoe, Montgomery, and Robinson. Zingsty, do you think I should trade T. Higgins? Yeah, I would try to move him if you could. CP, Dynasty League, should I trade Montgomery for Pickens? CP, absolutely not. Have you seen the Steelers' offense? No, I absolutely wouldn't do that. User 1649, Richardson or Burrow? For this week, I'm going to lean slightly towards Richardson. Burrow's going to play better this week, but I think Richardson against that Tennessee secondary, they played well last week, but I don't think they back it up with a similar game. I think Richardson has a good game. Start 2 at the flex, Davis, Taylor, or Edwards. I'd go with Edwards, and I'd go with Davis and Edwards. Chris Bright, would you trade Jamar Taylor and Amari Cooper for Justin Herbert and Waddle? I'd rather have Herbert and Waddle. Chris, I'd rather have Herbert and Waddle. Flex Sutton, Cook, Shaheed, or Curtis Samuel. I'd probably flex James Cook. Curtis Samuel, though, is kind of intriguing. Trade Gibbs and McLaurin for Kupp? No. Giving up too much value, Mark Raymond. Giving up too much value. No matter the platform you guys are watching on, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're with us every single day, answering your fantasy questions, your sports betting questions if you have them. Hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon. Luis Martinez, trade Brown for Olave, Barkley, and Laporta. Yeah, that's a great deal. You're getting plenty in exchange. Tua or Lamar. I lean slightly towards Tua this week. I think Tua against the Giants is a can't miss. Thoughts on Jones, Ramondre, and Jamar Chase? I like that group this week. I like that trio. CeeDee Lamb or Puka? I'd go with Puka this week, and oh wow, it's a trade. CeeDee Lamb or Puka and Thielen for Diggs. I'd probably give up Puka and Thielen for Diggs. I'd do that. Michael Pittman or Madison for this week? I'd go Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman could actually be a really good play. Make sure you hit that follow button right now. Should I trade CeeDee Lamb for Garrett Wilson and James Conner? No, I think I'd rather still have CeeDee Lamb. I'm not trusting Zach Wilson that much. Aiden, Najee, or Thielen, or Tank Dell? This week, I'll go with Tank Dell out of that group, Aiden. Aiden, I'd go Tank Dell out of that group. Yanni Asante. What do I do with Jamar Chase? Ride it out, dog. Ride it out. Trade offer. Herbert, Barkley, and Sutton for Love, Jones, and Ramondre and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I would rather have Love, Jones, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's what I would do. Herbert's attractive. Barkley, though, is a bit of an unknown. I think I'd rather have Jones and St. Brown. So I'll take Love and I'll take that side of it. Should I give away Puka? Don't give him away. He's got value. What do I start as RB2 and flex between Mostert, James Conner, and... Okay, it's Mostert and James Conner. And Loesch, 24, I'd go Mostert and James Conner. Bear, Wiggy, Hill, and Mixon for McCaffrey and Waddle. If you can get McCaffrey and Waddle, do it right now. Why do you like DJ Moore? He's got a good matchup this week. You're right. He's had good matchups in past weeks, so I can understand the hesitation. At flex, I'd go with Waddle at the flex. Parker Bledsoe, I'd go Waddle at the flex. Luis, what about Laporta for DK and Evans? If you're getting those two players just for the rookie tight end, I'd do it. Drew Hazard, I'd flex Michael Thomas. I'd play Michael Thomas. Blue Freeze 0, flex Romeo Dobbs or Gabe Davis. Ooh, really tough. I'm going to go with Romeo Dobbs, but it's very close. I'll go Romeo Dobbs, but it's very close. Start Montgomery or Olave? I'd start Montgomery. Close, but I'd go Montgomery. Should I trade Debo for Collins and Javonte? No, I'd keep Debo. Jacoby Myers for Brian Robinson. That I do. I'd rather have Brian Robinson. Should I trade Aaron Jones for Amon-Ra St. Brown? Yes. Porter, I would do that deal. Cole Kmet or Tyler Conklin? I'm going to go Cole Kmet just barely. Generation Z, I would go with Gus Edwards. Generation Z, I'd go Gus Edwards. Tyler Boyd's very attractive, but I'll go with Gus Edwards. Chris Films. Lockett and Mixon for Gibbs and Michael Thomas. I like it. Jessica Gray, I'd go Damian Pierce. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. That way you never miss our show. We're live every single day, so make sure you hit that follow button right now. Taylor or Achan? Levy Zimmerman, I'd go Achan. Between the stalls, Hall for Lawrence. Interesting, because I actually think Breece Hall is going to have more value in the coming weeks, so I'd lean towards Breece Hall. George. I answered that question, George. I answered that one. I like the Olave, Evans, and Waller side. Should I trade Keenan Allen for Puka? No. I wouldn't do that. Paul Love. Hope you're having a great day, Paul Love. Lockett for Pacheco. I like it. I like Pacheco. I think I'd rather have him down the stretch. I also think we're going to start to see Jackson Smith and Jigba's production and targets go up, which means that'll negatively impact Lockett. We're entering that part of the season where I think that's going to happen. Mesmerize, pick 2. I'd go with Swift and Kamara. Mesmerize, I'd go Swift and Kamara. Arias, I'd rather have Swift. Fredo, would you trade Achan and Ford for St. Brown? I would do Achan and Ford for St. Brown. I would do that. Should I trade Cook for Hall? Yes. Aiden Jamison, yes. Adrian, trade Christian McCaffrey for Bijan and A.J. Brown? Adrian, I would do that deal. That's enough return. Johnny Foshizzle, I have Dak Richardson. Sorry, what? Dak, Richardson, and Goff, and I just dropped Dak for Rashee Rice. I like it. I like Richardson. Sorry, I was confused. Should I sell ETN? LeBron James burner, it's not a terrible idea. I'm not crazy about him. Not like I was at the start of the season. I think there's still value there, but not as much as I previously thought. Trade T. Higgins and Sanders for Garrett Wilson or ETN. Well, you're kind of hearing what I'm saying. Maybe you want to give Higgins for ETN, but that would be the only one. I'm not as crazy about him though. Will Saquon play? Probably this week. Breck and I expect he will play this week. Parker Bledsoe, that's for you to do the research. You can bring the question to me, but I'll let you do that research. George McCaskey, Dynasty League, give Tank Bigsby, get Cam Akers. I'm okay with it. I don't know if Tank Bigsby's going to amount to anything. We'll have to see. It's kind of difficult. Retro Dad, every time I see you, I always got a helmet on my head. I appreciate it. Brandon Outlaw, bench 1. I would bench Nico Collins, believe it or no. Brandon Outlaw, it's tough. I'd probably bench Amon-Ra St. Brown. Between Nico Collins and Amon-Ra St. Brown are the two. Brandon Outlaw, I might bench Amon-Ra St. Brown. Between the stalls, we got to that. Ahmad, should I do Puka and Achan for DJ Moore and Aaron Jones? I'd rather have Puka and Achan. Ahmed, I'd rather have Puka and Achan. Jacob McCabe, start 1. I would start... I'm going to say start Breece Hall. I'm going to start Breece Hall against that dog poop of a defense that the Denver Broncos roll out there. Tyler Ola, I'd go with Herbert. Tyler Ola, I'd go with Herbert. DJ Smoothie, full PPR. You get the Eckler side of the deal. I like the Eckler side of the deal. DJ Smoothie, I like it. Isaac Frederick, I'm trying to trade Bijan. Is Ayuk a fair offer, or am I lowballing that too much? I think that's a fair deal. I think it's a fair deal. He's had a great start to the year. Brecken, Ramondre, Mostert, or Hall, pick 2. I'd go with Mostert and Hall. Brecken, I'd go with Mostert and Hall. Thanks for the question. Say guy. Should I trade away Keenan Allen for A.J. Brown? I think it's kind of a coin flip. I'm not sure I would do it, actually. The Eagles' offense have more weapons. I think Keenan Allen might be getting a ton of targets. I don't know if I'd do it. Traded Laporta for Joe Mixon. Cam, you lost it. I'd rather have Laporta. I traded Waddle and Laporta for Devontae Adams. Thoughts? I don't like it. I'd rather have Waddle and Laporta. Yaz, I'd rather have Waddle and Laporta. Adam, should I trade Miles Sanders for Breece Hall? Yes, I think so, actually. Cole Kmet or Musgrave? Zinksties? I always get your name wrong. I don't know why. I'd go with Luke Musgrave. Luke Musgrave over Cole Kmet. To start this week, I'm going to lean slightly towards Ramondre Stevenson over Gibbs, but it's close. Cam on sticks. I'd rather have Collins and Pacheco right now. Appreciate all you guys being with us. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you're a member of this community. Hit the follow button. We're live every weekday at 5 p.m. Every weekday at 5 p.m. Every weekend at 10 a.m. Trade Kamara for ETN. No, I'd keep Kamara. Kyron Williams for Debo. Reed, I like that deal. Trey Pollard for Metcalf and Gibbs. Yes, I actually would do that. I might do that. I don't like losing the running back, but I think the value between the two is going to be there over the course of the season. Brecken, Kupp, Smith, Myers, pick 2. For this week, I'd go Cooper Kupp and Devontae Smith. I wouldn't start Myers this week. Colby, should I trade Mixon, DJ Moore, Jacoby Myers, Brian Robinson for Kupp, Ayuk, D-Hop, and Judy? No, I don't like the trade, Colby. I don't like the trade. Josh, trade away Baker, Ingram, and Garrett Wilson for Mahomes and Addison. Josh, if you're getting Mahomes and Addison, do that deal as fast as you can. Love the trade, Josh. Love the trade. User 87, trade A.J. Dillon for Ravens defense. No. I don't know if I'd do it. I feel like there's other defenses you could pick up in a pinch. I don't know if I'd do it. Also, Thielen for getting Higgins. I'm okay with that one and just stashing Higgins on the bench. Start Tank Dell. He's not going to be a great play this week, but if you're in a pinch, you could. Risky C, would you start Pittman over James Cook? Yes. Ricky C, I'd go with Pittman over Cook. Flappo, starting 2 running backs, I would start Breece Hall and I'd start Herbert. Breece Hall and Herbert. Thanks for the question. Tank Deller, Jordan Addison. Cam T, I'd go Jordan Addison. Jackson traded Achin, Mostert, and DJ Moore for A.J. Brown. You gave up maybe a little bit too much in that deal. Landon Wilson, 23. Should I trade Kelsey and Brian Robinson Jr. for Tyreek and Pacheco? I think it's a fair trade. I'd be okay with it. You're getting enough back. George, does it trade knowing I have Hill, traded Olave, Evans, and Waller? No, it doesn't. Mitch, should I trade Lamar and CD for Love, Kamara, and Dobbs? I'd rather have Lamar and CD Lamb. Mitch, 1,300, I'd rather have Lamar and CD Lamb. Carson, should I trade Ridley, Flowers, and Madison for Ayuk and Swift? Carson, I would do that trade. Carson Yahada, I would do that trade. Braxton, I traded Nico Collins for Laporta and Ramondre. What do you think? I like it. I like Laporta and Ramondre. That's a fair exchange. Nico, should I trade Thielen for Scary Terry? Nico, go make that deal, buddy. Go make it. Start Swift or Montgomery. It's close. Caleb, I'm going to lean slightly towards Montgomery, but it's very, very close. Micah, thanks so much for supporting the show. Great talking to you earlier today. Hope you're having a wonderful day no matter where you're watching from. Everybody, hope you guys are enjoying the show. We are live every single day across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Every weekday at 5 p.m., every weekend at 10 a.m. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. Make sure you hit the follow button. That way you never miss our show. You never miss our videos. Our content is always up for you guys. We love ranting about sports, talk about sports betting, and of course helping you guys out with fantasy sports. Roger, I'd go with Watson. Over Thielen. Ben, I'd go with Mostert. Ben, I like Aaron Jones this week, but I like Mostert more. Caleb, I'm leaning Montgomery because the matchup. I am too, Caleb. I am too because the matchup as well. Gabbo, I'm 1-3 with a good team. Really tough spot you're in. Gabbo, I wish I could give you a reason, but sometimes the fantasy football gods just kick you in the nuts. Mr. Point and Shoot, bench Burrow and play Sam Howell. I think so. I think Burrow has the best week he's had in a while, but I still like Sam Howell. Fear, thoughts on Kamara this season. I actually think the suspension might have helped him in a bizarre way. Will save his legs. I think he's going to play better. Did I win or lose? I got Walker and Garrett Wilson for Saquon. I think he gave up a little bit too much. George, would you trade Kyron for Josh Jacobs? No, I wouldn't actually. Kyron Williams' volume of carries is what's keeping him on my team for now. No way. Should I trade Amon-Ra St. Brown for Swift and Christian Watson? Yes. No way. I would do that deal. I like getting those 2 players for the 1. Sean S. Start Fields and Moore on Thursday. You don't have any other options? I feel like that's doubling down on a terrible offense a little bit too much for me. In the flex, Moore or Hollywood Brown. On that one, I'm going to lean slightly towards DJ Moore, just a little bit over Hollywood Brown. Would you trade Higgins for Ford and Tank Dell? Yes, I would. Yes, I would, Reckless. Eduardo, trading Najee and Kittle for Gabe Davis and Pacheco. Eduardo, like that deal, Eduardo. I like it. Sal, Collins or Dobbs? It's a great question, really tough. I'm going to go Romeo Dobbs on this one, Sal. I'll lean towards Romeo Dobbs. I just like the matchup more. Michael Gomez, I'd go Mostert. I'd go Mostert over Herbert. Gabbo, should I trade any top receiver or running back would you recommend? Gabbo, give me some kind of target on the dartboard. You're asking me to just throw shit at the wall. Henry for Achan. Burner account, it's a great question. I think I still lean slightly towards Henry overall. He's still an RB1, and Achan is still going to be in that RB2 situation. But it's an interesting question. We're starting to get to that point. Oh, I'm about to get frozen. Every once in a while, we have that issue. Oh, and we're back. Hold on, let me set this up again. being in different surroundings is throwing us off. We got to get our screen back up. I'm taking the show on the road, but I am live every single day, as you guys know, and I never want to miss an opportunity to give you guys fantasy football advice, sports betting advice. So even though I was kind of on the move today, didn't matter. I was going to make sure that I got to a TikTok live, make sure I got to a YouTube, a Twitch, a Kick, everything else to make sure that you guys got everything that you need to cash in on this week of fantasy football. And of course, by the way, MLB, if you guys want help with your MLB picks, Kelsey for Jacobs, Eduardo, no. Do I trade Kamara for Ridley? I'd rather have Ridley probably for the majority of the season. Thanks so much, Sam. Appreciate the support. User 3794, trade Keenan Allen and Brian Robinson for Eckler and Amari Cooper. I think I like Keenan Allen and Brian Robinson. It's close. I can't say I don't like Eckler and Cooper. It's close. I think it's a fair trade. User 3794, I think that's a very fair trade. Jonnu Smith or Goddard. I'm still going to go with Goddard. I know Jonnu's playing well, but at some point Kyle Pitts might emerge as a player, at some point. Clay, very torn. Should I take this trade? I was offered Puka for David Montgomery. Clay 10-18, I'd rather have David Montgomery. Clay 10-18, I'd rather have David Montgomery. Lethal Jake, who should I trade Miles Sanders for? It's looking like I may have to start him. It's not a terrible start this week. There are worse starts, actually. Puka and Achan and Dallas defense for Kelsey and Debo. Soda Can, I'd rather have Kelsey and Debo. Soda Can, I'd rather have Kelsey and Debo. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Make sure you hit the follow button, whether you're watching on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. Make sure you hit that follow button. We're live every single day, so make sure you're hitting that follow button. That way you never miss a show. So if you haven't done so already, hit the follow button. It would be great to have you as a member of this amazing community. DJ Moore for Waddle. Bryce, I'd rather have Waddle. Bryce, I'd rather have Waddle. Sal, I'd go Jordan Addison this week. Sal, I'm going to go with Jordan Addison. I'll take a chance. Not going to do any pinned tweets right now. Not pinning any. Big Mike Dunn. I'd rather have Montgomery. Big Mike Dunn. I'd rather have Montgomery over Kamara. Don Omar. I'm going to start Fields this week. Believe it or not, Don Omar, I'd start Fields. John Clements, 55. Sanders for Najee as a backup. I'm okay with it. Joe Modelos. I would rather start Ferguson over Kittle. Alex, is Keenan a hold or sell high? I'd hold on to him. I'd hold on to Keenan Allen. I know he's on the bye week right now. If you want to move on from him, I know it's a good time, but I still like him. Adam, Adam, you're giving up too much. Adam, you're giving up way too much in that trade. Adam, don't do that trade. Holla back now. I would do that trade. IG, trade Walker for Ayuk, Garrett Wilson. Yes. IG, yes I would, and it would be Ayuk. Krish, is there a prize for winning one of your fantasy leagues? Yes, a $250 prize pool. Trevor Semba. Do you think Jamison Williams is a good pickup? Yes. I don't know if I'd play him this week, but I'd stash him on the bench. Logan, Madison, and Ridley for Devontae Smith. Logan, I'm okay with it. I think Ridley for Devontae straight up would have been okay, but I'm okay with it. Grady Hoffman, I'd rather start Breece Hall this week, believe it or not, I think. I'd rather start Breece Hall. Enrique, sell Saquon for Javonte and Olave. Javante's hurt, so you're really trading Saquon for Olave straight up right now, and I'm not as crazy about that as I would have been if Javonte was obviously healthy, so you might want to look at other options. Andy, I'm going to lean slightly towards Stroud, just barely. Jason, 21 Smith, would you trade Puka for Amari Cooper and White? Jason, I'm going to lean towards Puka. The answer is, if you need the value of a running back, sure. But if it's straight up Puka for Amari Cooper, kind of interesting right now. Someone dropped Jackson Smith and Jigba. Yes, user 8719. Pick up Jackson Smith and Jigba. Drop Brandon Cooks. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure if you're watching right now on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button right now, everybody. Make sure you're a follower of Butt Fumble Sports. It would be great to have you as a member of this amazing community. Olave or Mark Andrews. This week, I'm going to go Mark Andrews just barely. This week, Mark Andrews just by a little bit. Should I start Achan or Myers? Ricardo, I'd go Achan for this week. Achan over Myers for this week, Ricardo. Marcus B, I'd go Gabe Davis. Marcus B, I'd go Gabe Davis over Miles Sanders. Braden, I'd start... Wow. Who thought we'd ever say this? Braden, I think I'd start Zach Wilson. Braden, if Garoppolo starts, I get it, but kind of... Braden, I don't like either one, let's be honest, but I'll say Jimmy G because I don't want to be the guy who took the Zach Wilson, but like he's facing the terrible defense, so that's the thought there. Jimmy G's facing the better defense. John, Pacheco or Aaron Jones this week? I'll lean slightly towards Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones. Carlos, I'd go Romeo Dobbs. Carlos, I'd go Romeo Dobbs. Or sorry, you're going Josh Dobbs. Carlos, I lean towards Justin Fields. Carlos, I'd go Justin Fields over Dobbs. By the way, guys, this is the issue when you only put the last name, so make sure you put the full name. It makes it a little easier. D-Batch, Howell or Trevor Lawrence? I'd go Sam Howell. Sam Howell. Brian Robinson or Mostert? Super Pants, I'm going to lean towards Mostert just barely. No, Super Pants, I'll go Brian Robinson. He'll get more touches just because Mostert's splitting touches, but both are going to be good plays this week. Edgar, should I start Burrow or Jared Goff? Edgar, I'd start Joe Burrow. Edgar, I'd start Joe Burrow. Thanks so much for the question. Wonderful having you guys with us. Isaac Frederick, Ayuk and Andrews for Bijan and Goddard. I'd rather have Ayuk and Andrews. Thanks so much for the question. Zone K-Dog. Trade offer, I give Amon-Ra and Breece Hall for Waddle, Moore, and Cook. I'd rather have... It's a fair trade. It's a bit of a toss-up. It's a fair trade, actually. Anti-Kills 99. I would start Mostert and Robinson. Mostert and Brian Robinson. Thanks for the question. Caleb Stutz. Should I trade Ayuk for Patriots defense, Michael Thomas and Goddard? No. Patriots defense doesn't have the value it did just a week ago. Sir Shaky. Thoughts on starting the Dolphins defense against the Giants? I like it, Sir Shaky, especially if you're looking for a defense off the waiver wire. I think it's a good play. Saquon and Addison for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Gabbo, giving up too much. Would you accept McLaren and Derrick Henry for Eckler in one of your leagues? Yes, I would. Pollard for Jensen. No, I'd rather have Pollard. Trade away Jerome Ford or Khalil Herbert. I'd rather trade away Khalil Herbert. I don't believe this running game of the Bears is going to have too many weeks of success. Ridley for Pacheco, asking if the other trade gets declined. I'd be okay with it, Paul Love. I'd be okay with it. I'd rather have Ridley, I think, but the value of a running back, it kind of matches up for it. Kind of brings it up. Log Dog. Amon-Ra St. Brown for Amari Cooper and Collins. Log Dog, I like the trade. Log Dog, I like it. Christy, should I trade away Brian Robinson and Devontae Adams for Kelsey and Olave? Christy, I like the trade. Aaron Jones or Kenneth Walker for the rest of the season? I'll go Aaron Jones. I will go with Aaron Jones rest of season. Start 3, Pittman, Ayuk, Kupp, Myers, and Thielen. Anti-Kills 99, I'd go Pittman, Ayuk, and Cooper Kupp. Start 2, Wayne, I'm starting Kirk and Moore. Michael, Mostert for Laporta, a fair deal. I actually think Mostert's worth a little bit more. I know Laporta's been hot, but I think Mostert, just because the running back position's more valuable. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you're with us every day. So if you're watching right now on TikTok, hit that follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, make sure you guys subscribe right now. And that way you never miss our show because we are live every single day. Make sure you're with us for every one of our shows. Richard, trade Rashad White, Diggs, and Gibbs for Walker, Higgins, and Jones. I'd rather have Diggs, Gibbs, and White. I'd rather have Diggs, Gibbs, and White. Matt, trade A.J. Brown and Achane for Hurts, Walker, and DJ Moore. I think I'd rather have Hurts, Walker, and DJ Moore. Matt, I'd rather have Hurts, Walker, and DJ Moore. Thanks so much for the question. Something dumb. Start 2, Stevenson, Sanders, Jalen Warren, McLaughlin. If I'm starting 2 right now, I'm starting Stevenson and I'm starting Warren. Stevenson and Warren. Something dumb. Thanks for the question. Shane 752. Shane 752. If you're getting that much value back in exchange for Allen, if you're getting Prescott, Etienne, and Olave, I would do the deal. Shane, that's a lot of value back. Ben's asking me to pick 3. Ben, I would go with Pollard, Kamara, and Montgomery. Ben, out of the group you mentioned, which was Kyron, Pollard, Saquon, Kamara, and Montgomery, the 3 I'd go with, Ben, are Pollard, Kamara, and Montgomery. Thanks so much for the question. T. Mitz, should I trade Henry, Mostert, and Sutton for and Kittle for Pollard and Olave? I think you're giving up a little bit too much. I like it, but I think you're giving up a little bit too much. I think you're probably giving up 1 player too many. Zone K-Dog, should I counter with McLaurin and Hall for Waddle? I think that's still giving up a lot. I like it, but you're still giving up a little bit too much. Achane or Puka for week 5. I'm going to lean slightly towards... I'm going to lean slightly towards Achane. Oh, man, that's close. With Cooper Kupp coming back, Puka... I'm going to go Achane. It's very close. I think they could actually both have very similar days. Eugene, Jonnu, or Goddard? I'll lean towards Goddard just slightly. Matt Fergie 06. Diggs for Devontae and James Cook. I get Diggs. I'm okay with that, Matt Fergie. I'm okay with that deal. Sarge, should I trade Madison, Mostert, and Higgins and Flowers for Madison, Mostert, and Higgins for Pollard and Flowers? Yes. Otherwise, I don't understand the deal. Pittman or Waddle rest of season? Nathan, Waddle. Nathan, I'd rather have Waddle the rest of season. Michael, thanks so much for appreciating the show. We really appreciate the kind words about our content. Start Cousins or Burrow. I'm going to lean towards Joe Burrow, just barely, but it's close. I'm not actually as crazy about it as I probably should be. I like Cousins. I think they're going to put up similar numbers, maybe Joe Burrow by just a hair. Bobby B, should I trade away Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper for Pollard, Dell, and Higgins? Bobby B, I'd rather have Keenan Allen. No, Bobby B, I'd like Pollard. I'll take Pollard, Dell, and Higgins. It's a fair trade. Bobby B, I'd take it. TC Carr, I'd go Mostert. JP, if you want all of my player prop bets, you can find them on the SHARPZ app. All of my player prop bets are on the SHARPZ app. So if you guys want all of my player prop bets right now, you can hit me up on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports. I'll hit you up with a link with all of my bets every single day. That way you don't miss any of my player prop bets. We cashed on a number of them in the Texas-Tampa Bay game, which was nice, though I thought the Rays would come back and ultimately win that game. Got that wrong. Appreciate you guys being with us every single day. It is so great. I'm so grateful to have you guys with us. It is just awesome. If you guys don't know it, grateful for the support that you guys show the show. Make sure you hit that follow button right now. Make sure you hit that follow button. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow us. That way you never miss our show, the content, anything else. Ira CR, who wins? I get Swift and Watson for Godwin, Burrow, and Boyd. I'd rather have Swift and Watson. Ira, I'd rather have Swift and Watson. Justin, Christian Watson, Dobbs, McLaurin, Collins. Justin, I'd probably sit Nico Collins. I'd sit Nico Collins. Romeo Dobbs or Michael Wilson. I'd rather start Romeo Dobbs. I'd start Romeo Dobbs over Michael Wilson. Trade Flowers for JT? No, I wouldn't do that. I'm 1-3 with Chubb injury. Traded a lot and have Aaron Jones, Ramondre. I wouldn't trade Jamar Chase if you had to, but I'd keep him, especially for this week. Daniel, trading McLaurin, Burrow, and Ferguson for Rashad Wright and Dameon Pierce. You're giving up way too much. You're giving up too much. Mari, Brian Robinson or Breece Hall this week. I'm going to go Robinson this week. I like them both, but I'll go Robinson over Breece Hall. Fisher, Iverson. Should I do a Rich and Amari for Debo and Brock? I get Debo. I'm okay with that deal. I'm okay with it. Oh, DJ Moore, Puka, DeAndre Swift, Cole Kmet for CeeDee Lamb and Ramondre Stevenson. I'm okay with the deal. Oh, I think you're giving up too much. I think you're giving up way too much, but I understand if you really want CeeDee Lamb. It sounds like you're more Cowboys fan because you're giving up way too much in that deal. Campero. Should I trade Madison and Dell for K9? I'm okay with that to upgrade at the running back. Campero, I like that. WBTN. Someone offered me Bijan for Puka and Swift. Too much, huh? Yeah, I think it is too much. Yep, I do think so. Daniel, McLaurin, Burrow, and Ferguson for White and Dameon Pierce. I don't think you're getting enough. I'd rather have McLaurin, Burrow, and Ferguson. Rigo Capolota. Who wins, Saquon or Higgins and Ramondre? I think I'd probably rather have Higgins and Ramondre. I think so. It's close, though. Matt Howard, trade Saquon for Jonathan Taylor and Calvin Ridley. Yes, if you're getting Taylor and Calvin Ridley, I'd do the deal. Nick Molina, I'd go Pittman, and I'll lean towards Hollywood Brown. Nick, I'd go Pittman and Hollywood Brown. Thanks for the question. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit that follow button, everybody. Brecken, I like the Bengals. Brecken, I do like the Bengals on the money line. Let's make sure we give some respect to the Cardinals on that cover. Goofy Gibb, what do you think about this trade? CD, James Cook, and Tudu for A.J. Brown, Jonathan Taylor, and Jacoby Myers. Goofy Gibb, I really like it. Really like it. Pick up Goddard and drop Waller. I think Waller, yes. Caleb Stutz, I would. I'd drop Waller and pick up Goddard. Yep. JT and Pickens for Ridley. Ryan, I'm not as crazy about it. Carlos, I'd go with Debo. I'd go Debo over Tutu. Edgar Mendoza, I think you're giving up too much. Edgar Mendoza, I'd rather have Laporta and Zay Flowers. Giving up too much. Appreciate all those who are with us every single day. We are live across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure that you subscribe. There will not be one day that we're not live. So make sure you hit that follow button today. Now's a great time to become a member of this community. Start Olave or Collins. I'd start Olave. I'd start Olave over Collins. White or Kenneth Walker. Hayden. I'm going to lean. I got to check real quick. Seahawks are on a bye. By the way, Tampa Bay is on a bye. Oh, you're asking about a trade. I thought it was an or. Sorry, Hayden. I'd go Kenneth Walker. Hayden, I'd rather have Kenneth Walker. Yusuf, any tips? I have Hurts, Swift, Etienne, JJ, Judy, Waller, and Sanders. I don't like Judy this week. Pepe and Rico. Who do I start? I would start Olave, and I'd start London. I'd start Olave and London. Trade Olave for Stroud? No. Dominic? No, I would not trade Olave for Stroud. D-Spell32. I'd rather have Connor and Ridley. I think that's a good trade, though. They give me Kyron, Laporta, Tua, Watson. I give up Kelsey Ayuk. Take it. No, I would not take it. Jorge, I would not take the deal. Nico Pons. Romeo Dobbs. Nico Pons. I'd go Romeo Dobbs. Final few minutes of the show, everybody. I'm doing a 1-hour show now, and I will do a show later tonight. So make sure you guys hit that follow button. That way you don't miss our show later tonight. If you want more player prop bets, we're going to do our research tonight right in front of you guys. So make sure you hit that follow button. That way you don't miss our show later tonight. So hit that follow button now. That way you don't miss it. The Nick running back, I'd go Christian Watson. Jude. Trade Connor, Edwards, and Deontay for Ayuk and Moss. I have JT. If you're just doing it to upgrade at the wide receiver, I like Ayuk, so that answers that. Brecken, start one running back. I'd start Brian Robinson. And I'd start Zay Flowers. Robinson and Zay Flowers, Brecken. Robinson and Zay Flowers. Christopher Craven, I'd go Hurts. I'd go with Hurts. Jonathan Norman, trade Mostert, Pittman, and Sanders for DJ Moore and Pacheco. I'd rather have Mostert, Pittman, and Sanders. Pittman, and Sanders. Tylen, Kyren Williams, and Amon-Ra St. Brown for JJ. I'd do it. Tylen, I'd do it. Declan Holmstrom, trade Adams and Achane for Diggs. You're giving up too much. Declan, I think you're giving up a little too much in that deal. Declan Holmstrom, I think you're giving up too much in the deal. Aiden Clark, trade Debo for Collins and Achane. I'd be okay with it. I think it's okay. Duke of Earl, yes, Duke of Earl, we said yes to that. Have I locked in props for later today? JP, I did for player prop bets for hits and hit run and RBI. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Make sure you hit that follow button. We are going to be off the air in just a couple of minutes. We're going to do a show later tonight. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit the follow button. That way you don't miss our show. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick. Make sure you hit that follow button right now, everybody. That way you do not miss our show when we come on later tonight. Trade Warren and Palmer for DJ Moore. Frosts, I don't think I do that. Himbo Slice, trade Fields and Moore for Stroud and Nico. Himbo Slice, I do it. I would do that deal. Pittman for Flowers and Sanders. I wouldn't do it. Krish, I'll have to look for it. I look forward to finding it. Jog, Aaron Jones or Kenneth Walker for the rest of the season. I'd go Aaron Jones rest of season. Start Michael Thomas or Gabe Davis. Levy, I'm going to go Gabe Davis. Just barely Gabe Davis. Max, what do you think of Pollard, Brian Robinson, and Tyler Lockett for Kirk, Waddle, and Walker? I think it's a very fair trade. Max, I think it's a very fair trade. Dan Raff, I'd go Pittman this week. Landon Wilson, should I trade Kelsey and Robinson Jr. for Tyreek and Pacheco? Yes. Jog, Aaron Jones, we answered that one. Guys, I'm going to hop off. I've got to go do some work because we are going to put out a video later tonight. So if you guys have not done so already, make sure you hit the follow button, everybody. Make sure you're following us right now. Butt Fumble Sports, make sure you hit the follow button. No matter where you're watching, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, make sure you hit the follow button right now. Make sure you subscribe. You guys are awesome. This was an awesome show. I had so much fun talking sports with you guys. We will be back later tonight. I did 1 hour today. I will be 1 hour right now. I will be back later tonight. You don't have to worry. We will be live later tonight to answer your fantasy football, sports betting questions, Thursday night football questions to get you guys ready. So make sure you guys hit the follow button right now. If you want access to all of my bets every day, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. You can DM me there. You can get every one of my bets every single day. So make sure you DM me on Instagram, and I'll hook you up with a referral code. That way you can get every bet that I make every day, regardless of the sport, the type of bet, they're all there. I will be back later tonight, everybody. So if you haven't done so, hit the follow button. We're live every day. There is not one day I won't be live in 2023. So if you're worried that I'm not getting to your question or I'm only going to be live sporadically, you guys know I am live all the time. So make sure you hit the follow button right now. With that said, I am so grateful for those who watch all the time, every day. You guys are such a great audience. You are so loyal. I hope you guys have a wonderful dinner. I will see you guys later tonight. For those who follow, I'll see you guys and I'll answer your questions later tonight. Hit that follow button right now. Until then, have a great night. I will see you guys. Stay healthy, stay safe. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in a little bit. Goodbye, everybody.